the pen on the other side of the kitchen table will not move. Like, no matter how hard I concentrate, how laser precise my focus, how dramatically I arch my fingers, it just sits there. And it should be such a simple thing, right? To move this tiny object with the vastness of my spirit, to simply lift it up a half inch or to engulf it in flames, but nothing. This is still long before I learned about like physics, right? That whole an object at rest stays at rest stuff. Because, what is inertia to magic? I am 10 years old. And the mythology I've been fed since birth, folk tales and fairy tales, movies and TV shows, comic books and video games, so much of it is built around this like reveal, right? Like, guess what? The spirits say, you are a wizard. Guess what? You are a Jedi or a mutant or the chosen one or the half-blood child of a god, which is a good thing because we are at war and we need you. So focus, the spirits say. That pen on the other side of the kitchen table will move if you are pure of heart. If you have a righteous cause, if you just try hard enough, that bully or that abuser or that authoritarian tyrant will lose because, the bad guys always lose, right? As if the struggle was so simple, as if force were not stronger than the force, as if special powers could ever defeat power, because that pen is still sitting on the other side of the kitchen table. It won't move. It never will. And I wish I could say that this is when 10-year-old me learned that magic isn't real. It would make for a better story, but honestly, it took longer. It took study. And not just science, but history. It took showing up to so many marches and rallies and vigils and meetings, developing power that was not super, but was still power. It took the largest mass movement in the history of the world and the failure of that movement. It took so many late nights, comforting friends, and doing the work that no one will remember. It took mistakes. It took more mistakes. It took lives. It took and took and took, and this was my disillusionment. Not a lightning strike, a slow flood. Just figuring out on some level that things were not getting better and that they weren't going to. Not on their own. Not easily, not like magic. This is my disillusionment. Not the absence of hope, the absence of illusion, the unsubtle art of getting your hands dirty because we do not have the luxury of waiting to be saved. We recognize no superpower stronger than solidarity, community, courage. We don't have spells, but we do have songs. This alchemy of suffering, this transmutation of pain into progress, this hard-won knowledge, how a voice does not have to move mountains to move people, how it's not about the source of the fire, it's about how brightly it burns, how the magic is not whether I pick up that pen with my mind or with my hand. The magic is what I write with it. It is not destiny that we are all here right now. But we are all here right now. And there may not be any demons or monsters outside these doors, but that doesn't mean that we aren't at war. That there are not forces in this world that would make dragons cower in their caves, and how it is up to us, who are not special, who are not chosen, but choose ourselves and choose each other, who have nothing to offer but the thread binding our storybook bodies together to keep fighting. So no, the spirits don't talk to me. I talk to them though. I tell them, thank you for your silence, for forcing me to pick up that pen myself. Thank you for never appearing in the mirror so that I might see myself, the buried treasure in all this rubble, the magic still burning when all faith has fled.